Hi there, thanks for coming back to the studio. For today's project, we're going to make sun catchers. Yeah, something fun, easy, quick, anybody can do it, and very inexpensive. So what you need for today's project is some acrylic, and you just want the thin acrylic sheets. Mine came from AccuCut. And you want your acrylic shapes cut out the way you want to cut them. And I actually cut these on the die cut at the scrapbook store, and most scrapbook stores have die cut machines that you can use, for free, So I actually cut the shapes out there, but also I like to just use squares. So I use squares and cut them into tag shapes and, like this. And you're going to need some alcohol inks. I'm using the Tim Holtz Adirondack alcohol inks. And you're going to need some rubber stamps, Q-tips. You know this is a high-tech tool every crafter needs. Toothpicks, and diamond glaze, which, I live and die by diamond glaze. They'll probably glaze me with it when I'm gone. And so that's it. Paper towels, some water to keep it clean. Alcohol ink will stain. Make sure you have a towel to work with and that you got your stuff covered up. Okay, and couple of answers real quick. To the lady that asked me about my eyeshadows, I use Bare Essentials. And no, I did not tie-dye this shirt or the dress I was wearing in the last video. I wish I could tie-dye that good, but I don't like the whole sink thing. So if I could spray it and make it look like this, I would. Maybe I'll work on that. So anyway, let's get started with our really fun sun catchers. Okay, so we're going to get started. Now, I could be a little goofy sometimes, so let me tell you that generally when you buy acrylic, it is covered with a film. I have actually created art forgetting to take the film off. So, of course, once I removed the film, the art was completely on top of the film. So don't do that. Make sure you take the film off first. Okay, so I'm going to work on the butterfly. Okay, and so this is so simple you're not going to believe it. So, okay, you want to start with your light colors first. Now in this instance I'm going to start with butterscotch. It happens to be one of my favorite colors, and I'm using the finger dauber, but you can use just about anything. You can use these foam brushes if you want. You can use a paper towel, whatever you want to do. So I am just going to actually now also remember that this sets up fast, so I'm just spritzing, dripping my color on there, and then there I go. I'm working on top of paper towel number 1 so you can see it very well, but number 2, because like I said, you can get really messy with this. So, as you can see, I got the first half done just by tapping on some color. Okay, get that little plastic out the way. Okay, and so then from my bottom half, I want to do a different color. So I want to do some colors that stand out. So first I'm going to do a blue. Actually, I'm going to do blue. And I'm going to put the blue on the very bottom. And again, I'm just going to drip it on there. And then I'll spread it around a little bit. And the thing about this also is the longer you let it set, the darker it'll get. So I'm just spritzing it because it's still sitting there and letting it get a little bit darker. And then when I want it to stop, I just give it a good spritzing. I should stop saying spritz. I'm not spritzing, I'm sponging. Okay. So, there I have my 2 colors so far. Very quick and very easy. And you have to remember, this stuff dries fast. However, you still want to give it a time to dry. It could be a little sticky just in a couple of spots. So you still want to give it a chance to dry. So, also someone asked me how I keep my nails so clean when I'm doing this. The truth is they get very messy, but I always ask them to when they're doing my nails to put a coat of gel, clear gel on top of them, so I can actually wipe this stuff right off with just a tiny bit of nail polish remover, and I still have beautiful nails. Don't you love them? Okay, just kidding. Okay, so now I've gotten those two colors in there. Trying to use the napkin as a backdrop so you can see really well. Okay, now here comes the fun part, and I'm actually going to turn this over so we can get some clean white space right there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a color across the middle, but I want to give it some interest. So I'm going to take a toothpick, and I'm going to take my dark color, and this is Wild Plum. And I have this video camera set up in an odd position, so I hope this is working well for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this real quick and put a line across there, and I don't want it to spread all the way up to the top, so I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to take my toothpick, and I'm going to spread like that. And that's how I get those crazy lines. See? Can you see that? Okay. So anyway, that's how I get the crazy lines. And the other thing I do is, so say I wanted some more color up here in the top. I'm going to just take this, and I'm just going to lightly put a little bit of color on the stick because it absorbs it fast, and you just want to put a tiny dot because it spreads fast, and it'll spread big or small depending on the size of your dot. Oh, that is nice. Okay, so there I have decorated my butterfly with the color. So my next step will be to pick this up and show it to you first of all. Can you see that? Let me get you some white behind this so you can see this really good. Okay, there we go. Okay,